Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm really excited for today's video because we are going to be talking about makeup products in my collection that I am unofficially trying to pan. So these are items in my collection that aren't currently going in any of my project pans, but in my head I'm trying to use them up. If you are new to my channel, I am currently participating in 3 different projects. Well, 4 if you include my eyeshadow palette one. So 4 different projects, and if you're interested in any of those, I'll leave links for them all down below. But I have quite a few products that I'm currently trying to work my way through within those products. However, I do have 12 products to share with you guys today that I would like to use up outside of my project panning journey because I just, well, for whatever reason, I want to get through them, which I'll explain later in the video. So if you guys are interested in the 12 products that I am unofficially trying to pan, then stay tuned. But first, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I hope you consider doing so before you go. I post videos every single Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. And without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so I don't want to spoil too much of the progress within my projects, but I currently have 3 foundations that I'm unofficially trying to pan, and I'm out of foundations, I think, throughout my projects that I'm trying to pan. So this is the perfect time to actually use up these foundations. Now up first, I have the Maybelline Dream Matte Mousse Foundation. I have mine in the shade Light, and as you can tell, I already do have pan going, but I am trying to use this up. I would say this year overall, I want to really start to really curate my makeup collection, but I've really honed in on like setting sprays, primers, and foundations this year. So I really want to work out any foundation that I don't absolutely love and then curate my foundation collection to foundations that are my holy grail, with the exception of a few that I may be trying out. So this one is fine. It just has a really interesting sort of texture. It's a little bit more of a difficult formula to work with just because it is a mousse foundation, and typically I'm using my fingers to best apply this. So it's a really interesting foundation. I don't hate the coverage. Like, I actually do think it's beautiful once it's on the skin, but because it's a little bit more difficult to work with, it's just not going to be a favorite of mine, not going to be one that I want to repurchase. So I do just want to use this up and get it out of my collection so that I can focus on the foundations that I absolutely love. Another foundation I'm unofficially trying to pan is the It Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Cream. Now I do own this one as well as the illuminating version, which comes in the pink bottle, which is why I would like to get through this one because I prefer the one in the pink bottle. This one has been in my collection longer, so I want to use this up before it goes bad. I just feel like this one is a little bit too matte for me, and I feel like it makes my face look super flat. So I don't love the finish of this, but with the SPF 50, I've said this numerous times on my channel about the It Cosmetics CC Cream. It gives you such good sun protection on the face. I've never burned while wearing this foundation, so I really always want to have the pink one in my collection because I do love to wear it in the summertime, but it's time to use this guy up and get this guy out of my collection. And then the final foundation that I'm working on is the Essence Fresh and Fit Awake Makeup Foundation. Now I do really like this foundation and think it is beautiful. I really do like it. I found that it's not the most long lasting foundation. It's not the best shade match for me, and it only comes in like 5 or 6 shades. And I don't think you can get this on the Ulta website anymore. I could be wrong, but I think you can only get this through the Essence website. So it's not even that accessible anymore. And I definitely have found foundations, or there's foundations in my collection that I prefer over this one. So this is another one that I just want to use up so that I can focus on those other foundations. This one won't be hard for me to use up because, again, I do like this foundation. This was kind of a favorite for me last summer, but I've just kind of changed my mind a little bit about this. I am about halfway done with this one, so I don't feel like this one's going to be too hard for me to get through. Maybe I'll do a recap at the end of the year and let you guys know if I made it through any of the 12 products. I'm hoping that I make it through quite a few of the products that I'm unofficially trying to pan, but shoot, I can't remember if I said I had 3 or 4 foundations, but I do have a 4th. This is from Maybelline. It's their Dream BB Fresh Beauty Balm. I just don't really like this, and I know a lot of people do really enjoy this. Again, shade match isn't that good for me. There's not a huge shade range. I get that it's a BB balm. I typically wear this to the gym when I just want like a light coverage, but I feel like I haven't found my perfect BB balm out there yet when I want like light coverage but still like wear makeup, still get some coverage. I don't know. I am probably more than halfway done with this. I feel like I'll finish this up pretty soon, but in my head I am definitely trying to pan this. Okay, next up I have a skincare item, and this has been in my collection for quite a while now. This is from Alba Botanica. It is their Hawaiian facial mask, their papaya and enzyme one. And I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but I'm over halfway done with this. I just forget to use this, but I need to use this up or it's gonna go bad. This I picked up at Marshall's. I probably wouldn't purchase this again just because I have masks that do similar things. This is kind of like an exfoliating type of mask without like the actual like grittiness. I have masks that I prefer over this one that kind of do the same thing. So wow, I just realized that I'm much more tan than my face. Anyway, I would definitely love to get through this. And just skincare is kind of another area of my collection that I'm really trying to curate because it was out of control for a while. So would love to use this up. I said setting sprays was another area of my collection I'm really trying to curate, and I'm trying to finish off this Pixie Glow Mist. I know I'll be able to finish this up. As you can tell, I don't have that much product left. I used to really like this. I've gone through 2 other bottles of this, I believe. But this has a scent to it that just is a little bit off-putting, and sometimes you can go a little bit too heavy-handed with this and look a little bit too glowy. I recently sort of fell in love with the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist, which is so expensive. That's going to be like a treat yourself sort of product, but I also really like the ABH Dewy Set Setting Spray, which I know is more expensive than this, but it has a much more pleasant scent, and I feel like you don't, like you can go a little bit more heavy-handed without looking like ridiculous. So I have a feeling this is going to be my last Pixie Glow Mist that I go through, which is kind of sad because again, this used to be a favorite of mine, but I'm ready to use this up and get it out of my collection. Then I also talked about primers being another category I'm really trying to curate. So this is just about full, but I just finished up a different primer and told myself I wouldn't start working on this until that one was done. Now that one's done, I have so many illuminating primers in my collection. I really need to start to work my way through them. I just prefer the First Aid Beauty Coconut Skin Smoothing Primer if I'm looking for a little bit of an illumination without being too much. So I have the Becca, which one is this? The Backlight Priming Filter, and I think I've gone through one other full size of this, and I really liked it back in the day, but I just don't love this anymore. I feel like it's a little bit too artificial looking, so would love to work this out, get it out of my collection. This won't be another repurchase for me personally, just not a fave. Want to use it up. It's not one that like I want to declutter because I know I like it enough to use this, and again, this is like pretty much full. Would love to get my money's worth out of this, but will not be repurchasing. Okay, so I have this little Tarte Smooth Operator Powder, and I have about half of this left. This is just a deluxe size. I've recently been getting more and more into powders, and this is fine. It's not like a favorite of mine, but I would like to dabble a little bit more in powders, but I also don't want to have like this huge powder collection either, so would like to finish this up before purchasing another powder. I have a couple other powders in my collection, but I definitely want to finish this up and just get this out of my collection. My powder collection is definitely probably the most manageable, or like the smallest in my collection, but still would like to use this up before I go purchasing any more powders. Now, highlights are pretty hard to pan, but I have been obsessed with the Becca Rose Quartz highlight. I'll swatch this for you guys. I don't know if you'll be able to see the swatch that well, but it's this beautiful like pinky flush sort of highlight, and on my skin tone I feel like it makes me look like I just have like a hint of like a sunburny sort of glow, but not in a bad way. And I have been using this quite a bit the last couple of months actually, and this one is not one that I'm looking to like use up or anything like that, but I would be curious to see if I can hit pan in this year. So I'm not trying to use this up again, but if I were to hit pan, I'd be super proud of myself. So that's why I included this guy in my unofficially trying to pan video. 2 more products. This one is kind of an interesting one. This is the Essence Moonlighter Cushion. I got this in some sort of subscription box, and basically it's like a cushion highlighter, and I don't know what I'll technically call this, like used up or not. I don't love this, but for some reason I can't get myself to declutter this, so would love to just use this until like the cushion part is dry and it's used up. I don't know why, but I just feel the need to complete this. And then the last product that I am unofficially trying to pan is from IT Cosmetics, and it is the Bye Bye Pores Illumination Powder. And as you can see, I already have significant pan on this. I would just like to use this up this year. This is one of the powders in my collection that has been in my collection the longest, so would love to use this up. I don't love this, would definitely not repurchase. Again, I kind of want to expand my horizons in the powder category, but I definitely don't want to just all of a sudden have like some massive powder collection and be trying to work through everything. So would love to finish this up so I can try a new powder. After that, that is all of the 12 products that I'm currently unofficially trying to pan within my collection. You guys will have to leave me a comment down below and tell me if there are any products currently in your collection that you are unofficially trying to pan. I would love to hear. But other than that, I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye.